a couple of weeks ago, I made a couple of bunny heads, and I put one on a candlestick and I put one on my joy sign as the O. So we're doing that again. So real quick, I'm just making the bunny head out of muslin. And my circle was about 5.5 inches, and the ears I freehanded, and they're about 7.5 inches long and 3 inches across. So I cut 4 pieces out, and then I did add a pipe cleaner so that I can shape them how I want to shape them. And I just glued everything together. And then I placed them on the head where I wanted them, and I glued them down. I'm using Surebond glue. It's clear. It's for fabric. I get it from Amazon. And so I glue it, and then I stuff it. And once I get it stuffed to the firmness that I want, I just glue it shut. So I used blush on the ears to kind of pinkish them up, and I painted her little face with acrylic paint. And then I just put some eyes on her, and I blushed up her cheeks. For the whiskers, I used my doll needle and some twine, and I just pulled it through the face. I did 3 pieces. They come out a little wonky, but that actually gives her a lot of character. So here's the fun part, you guys. We're making a mop bunny. So here's my mop. I go to the center, and I kind of tie it off. And then I'm going to go up through the mop and through the bunny head. And I'm just going to keep doing that until her little head is stable and on that mop, not going anywhere. So I just go back and forth. This is where you're going to want a doll needle or some kind of thick needle. Also, I'm using upholstery thread that is very thick, and it won't break because I break thread a lot. Once I was done and her head was stable, I just tied it off. I closed the mop by just pinching the 2 ends together and sewing it shut. And for the arms, I took 3 sets of 5. So I took 5 from each side, and then I kind of went in the center and found 5 more, and I braided them. So I braided them all the way down. So again, that was 3 sets of 5. So there's 15 total. And I just braided all the way down. I did put a rubber band around the end, but I would put string on it because rubber bands tend to disintegrate over time. So I did that on both sides. Again, I just took, it's 3 sets of 5. So 15 totals to braid it. And I just picked 5 from each side, and then like 5 from around the top or the middle. And I just braided them down. Very simple. So I did look online for a tutorial. I found plenty of pictures for a mop bunny, but I couldn't find a tutorial. So I'm just winging it. That actually is the most fun, right? When you just have to wing it. So for the body, I used a piece of twine, but I am going to change that in a few minutes to a piece of string because I didn't want twine right there. But I just put a piece of twine around her middle. And then her legs, I just separated them. And again, I just tied them with some twine, which I do change out to string. But I just kind of tied them down at the bottom. So we're making the legs. And then I did take my gator sander, my personal sander, on the outside of the fabric so that I could rough up the fabric a little bit. And then I tied a piece of the muslin around her ears to bring them together. For the feet, I took the Dollar Tree little bunny foot, the little wooden one, and traced it onto the muslin, and then I glued it shut. I did stuff these, but they're not stuffed very hard. And then I just glued them shut. For the pads, I used my blush. And then I did take the gator sander to these two. So I just kind of rough up the edges of them to make it look a little worn. And so here I'm replacing the twine with string. And then for the feet, I found the middle of the bottom there and just kind of glued them there. You could cut off all that extra and glue them to the bottom, but I kind of wanted it to look raggedy like that. I added a cute little bow and then another piece of muslin around her middle to finish her off. I did add white to the eyes, and I love her. I think she is so cute. I'm so excited about her. So let me know what you think. Hit that like button for me. Please hit that sprinkle button for me. Make sure you're following me if you're not, and I hope you have a great day. This would be a fun craft to do with kids, I think.